Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it once again.
Goat talk, another one. Do we really need to explain? Should we just get into it?
No, I want to explain.
It's already been a bit heated before we started recording, so
I want to explain. So we're trying to pick the best year in the greatest year in hip hop. And realistically, some people are going for the critics' vote, and other people are just going with what they've lived through. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's foul. That's foul.
Start out spicy.
If anyone, for anyone listening for the first time, the way we do this is we pick a select topic or category. We do a draft on WhatsApp, so we each pick 3 picks each. We then vote to get rid of 2 so that we can get to a top 10. We literally just did that before the recording, and we'll go through that in a moment. And then we rank our top 10. And on this occasion, it's the greatest year in hip hop, as Sam says. So should we just get into the 2 honourable mentions then? So the first one that we decided, the first year out of our 12 that we decided to get rid of was 2004. Is there a specific reason why people were saying that?
It's a lot of like, the greats have dropped, but no one's dropped anything mad crazy apart from, Mad Villainy, Kanye West, MF Doom. But it's like, there's nothing it's not stacked enough is the arguments we're trying to make here right now. It's like, there was just a lot coming out and it was good, but it's not crazy stacked like, oh shit, this is undeniable.
I get what you mean. It felt like, though, there was at least a strong album every month. Like when I was looking through that year again, like the list that we've got on the sheet and that, like Twisted Kamikaze had huge singles. College Dropout, of course, Mad Villainy, as you mentioned, Pretty Tony album, Streets. I won't go through it all, but it just felt like every month there was a strong album that's aged pretty well.
Do you know what the problem was back then? I think this is when I first started getting iTunes vouchers, and I bought MF Doom Food, and I was like, yeah, this is sick. I love rap music. I had no concept of any of the other things outside of Kanye West at that time, which kind of shows you that things were a bit snoozy.
Do you remember I said it on the group chat? I was saying if we had a grey area awards in 2004, MF Doom would have cleaned up.
That's because he dropped 2 classics.
Cleaned up. Two classics in 1 year. And then, you had Madlib with the production as well, with Mad Villainy and tracks like One Beer he did, I think, as well. Kanye would have got Best New Artist. That's crazy to say that. It's wild.
Everyone was once a new
Probably
artist.
would have got Best New Artist.
But okay, so we dropped 2004, and what was the other one? 2016?
Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. 2004, Drop It Like It's Hot came out that year.
Yeah, we did drop 2004 Like It Was Hot, so there you go.
Yeah, we did. And then one of my picks. Oh, wait, hang on. So just to clarify, 2004 was one of yours, Sam, wasn't it?
Don't even do that. Don't even do that.
So
we all picked collaboratively as a group, and certain people's didn't make the cut. All of mine didn't make the cut. That's what happened.
Well, in fairness, the other one that's been canned is one of my picks, which is 2016.
Yes.
Theo, I feel like you made some good points previously about why that one goes.
Yeah, just because 2016, there's a lot of quantity, so a lot of people dropped, and if I don't know, the average Joe or regular person is looking at all this stuff that is going on there, you're thinking, oh yeah, it's quality year, but if you actually look at it and actually say to yourself, what classics have actually dropped, especially with the list that we've got, it stacks up kind of last, so that's what kind of happens. Really. So that's where I feel 2016 kind of lies. It's not a bad year, hence why it's made the top 12. It wouldn't be in the 12 if it wasn't a good year. I just feel if we're nitpicking and really going against the top and actually analysing this properly, I think it falls short on like some of the top quality albums. I think there's only about 3 if I'm putting in there that are the top quality, and matching up against the other years, it falls short.
That's fair enough. Kieran, have you got anything to say on that? I know you've been quiet so far.
I think Theo's summed it up well. I think what I noticed was Drake and J. Cole are just dominating the charts to the point where it's like there's barely any room for other people to shine, even though everyone is dropping this year at the same time. But I feel like the only names I was seeing was those 2. So it's hard to base what this year felt like. I'm trying to remember it in my own memory, and it's like I remember UK was popping that year. Like we had Kano, Made in the Manor, Skepta Konnichiwa, Gigs
Gigs
Landlord,
Landlord.
with Whipping Excursion. It was a big year for UK. So my memory of it is it was a really good year, and I think that might be one of the reasons that skewed you to pick it, Sean, because there's a fondness with that year in this country for rap music. But yeah,
Definitely. But the other thing for me was as well, I mean, I know I do understand what Theo means. I think although it's really stacked, it's probably one of the most stacked years ever, really, in terms of just the volume of good albums, at least, that came out. But for me, and you'll notice, like, just for the listeners' sake, we've got like spreadsheets and lists and all sorts where we've been like doing our research and that. And Theo noted that I included quite a few R&B albums. The reason I did that, and the reason why I picked 2016, is because I felt like, and maybe I'm getting it a bit wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like it was around this time that hip hop really took over in being like the dominant.
I was literally
genre
about to
in
say
music.
that, yeah, because it was on Bad and Bougie that basically made hip hop, or like trap hip hop, become pop music, and everything was based upon that kind of like beat style.
And a lot of the R&B albums that I noted, like for instance, there's Lemonade on there by Beyonce, Frank Ocean's Blonde, The Seat at the Table. You know, there were some really prominent hip hop elements or rap features on those albums. You had like Childish Gambino, who was, he always sang, but was known for his singing, and he drops an album like Awaken My Love. Kate Renata, which is more in the dance realm, but again, rap features. It just felt like hip hop was everywhere at that time. And I think it was reflected in the volume as well. So that's why I had 2016. But I'm not too mad about it going. I understand the points. So yeah, that's the two main honourable mentions. So should we do what we normally do? Should we all go around and say like what we think is number 10, and then we try and figure out the chaos?
Do you know what? I ain't gonna lie, yeah. I don't even want to say what I think number 10 is, because it's just gonna get shot down. So you lot tell me what number 10 is, and then I'll just keep trying to slide my opinion in. Because otherwise this one's gonna end up at number 1, and I don't think that's fair.
Okay, so Theo, what have you got then?
It might rustle a bit of feathers, but to be fair, you kind of said it already, so it might not. I've got 2003 as my number 10.
Okay, which is another one of my picks. I'm not mad at that as well, actually. I would, yeah. Kieran?
1994.
Whoa!
I mean, I don't know
See,
what's going
that's
on, man.
ridiculous.
I do not
That's
know what's
ridiculous.
going on. Come on,
Listener,
Kieran.
please ignore this
Come
man, because
on.
he know not what he does.
We need to
Come
plant
on.
that.
On Easter weekend, this is what the man is
Massive,
saying
man.
to us.
Number 10, you know? Nah.
Okay, let's keep it moving.
I thought I had some wild take.
Let me just say 2003. Let's just ignore that 94. Sometimes my list's upside down. Innit?
Just stick by your guns. Stick by your guns. You said what
I
you
have
said.
a reason to back it.
Right, if any of the listeners watch Rise or Fall, Kieran is doing a Connor moment right now.
I don't even know what that means, but anyways, I don't even know what that means. But I'm
Nah,
saying
you need
2013.
to check out Rise and Fall on Channel 4, man. That's popping.
Okay, go watch television. Stop this podcast, watch that, and then come back, or else you have no context. Yeah, I'm saying 2013.
No, I'm sticking by 94. I'm saying it now. Actually, I'm sticking by.
There you go. I mean, it's not going to get there, but we appreciate you. So yeah.
Damn. How can you say 94 now? Okay. No, let's get into it. No, I think we should get into it. Why do you think 94 is number 10 out of what we've got here? The year of Illmatic, Ready to Die,
I'm trying not to crease too much.
Outcast debut. Are
No,
you trolling that? Is that what it
promise
is?
I'm not. I actually,
But why is he trying to laugh though? That's what I'm confused about.
I feel like this year I'm looking at the releases, and I'm seeing a lot of 10 out of 10 albums. I can't lie. I'm seeing a lot of good debut albums as well. I can't.
Is that what you're confused?
No. What I'm thinking is that they all sound kind of similar. Like I really feel like there wasn't unique sounds between these projects. Like I feel like everyone is doing that similar thing. Like we got the Warren G Funk era album. That's different. Why am I saying 1994 is 10th place? I feel like looking at I see a lot of 10 out of 10 albums. I can't lie. I see a lot of great debut albums. Outkast, Biggie, Nas, Joey the Damager. There's a lot, but I feel like the only album that in this list I've got that sounds different is actually Warren G Funk era. I feel like the other albums actually just have the same boom bap style, and it's not a problem. I think there's different, like there's southern styles on it, there's like East Coast styles. It's cool, but I don't feel like there's a variety. Like if you look at the more modern albums, especially, there's so much going on. I just feel like hip hop's in a better place at that point.
That's a really good point. I never thought about that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good point. I still don't think it's number 10, but it has influenced my list. I'll say that.
You hear that though, because there's big singles. There's a lot of classic singles in this year as well. It's undeniable. It was a good time for hip hop, but maybe it wasn't the most ingenuitive, like the most innovative, even.
Okay, I do get that. I get that. So you've got 94 at 10. Theo's got 2003. Sam, have you got a year, or are you more just?
I said a couple times. Mine's 2016. Oh, sorry, 2013.
Oh, 2030. Yeah, how come?
That's because it was great when I was living through it, but in hindsight, it wasn't that great. Like it was. Like, I don't listen to Jay-Z's album. I don't really like Yeezus enough to play it now. Born Sinner wasn't all that good. There's a couple good songs on it. Mac Miller had a good time, but it's not my favorite album of his. Doris was fun, but you guys all agree Doris is rubbish. Don't like Run the Jewels. Chance the Rapper is a bit mid.
We never said that.
Danny, shut up. Danny Brown, that's not his best album in my eyes. And Pusha T had a good year that year, but he weren't the best. I don't know, that year was more so for me dominated by like EDM and that type of stuff. And I was trying to listen to, the good albums of the time, but they just kind of, they came and they went in and out around fucking Avicii playing. Like, do you know what I mean? I wasn't hearing hip hop like that in 2013.
I hear exactly what you're saying, Sam. That actually makes sense.
I get what you mean about I'm looking at it now actually, and I'm thinking similarly to how Theo explained 2016. I'm looking at these albums and I'm thinking, yeah, maybe they're you can't really put them on the level with some of the other years we're going to mention later on.
There's only
I'm
two.
not too mad with, but we have to talk about a few things though. We had 2013 was the year that Kanye West lost his mind on Sway in the Morning, and that will forever be. That's just. Miguel drop kicked that woman, took her head off. You don't remember this?
I do remember this. This is one of my favorite things Miguel's ever done.
Oh, that is
and when
so
Childish
funny
Gambino, again, shout out Sway in the Morning, when Childish Gambino went from freestyling to having a conversation, and Sway still thought he was having a conversation, he went back to rapping. These are like eternal moments in hip hop that people need to.
True.
If they're not aware of.
Two of them were with Sway as well.
Yeah, Sway is actually holding the culture together in 2013.
We need to do a Discogs discussion.
I'm still laughing at that drop kick though, man. You've brought those memories back.
It's the way he didn't actually care. Like he got up and was kind of just like, I should be fine. And the way that woman fell, it's crazy.
He was trying to do like a stage dive, right?
No, he was trying to do like a jump over this middle pit and do the splits, and he just ended up just fly kicking this woman's head off.
Fully like. Have you seen Kieran? Have you seen Ong back?
Yeah.
He, honestly, it was the leap as well.
How she survived that, I don't know, because I would be dead.
And those huge boots as well.
Oh my days!
It wasn't even the kick; it was the boots as well.
Yeah, he had them cowboy boots on.
Crazy boots. They probably had that little spinny sharp thing on the back. Oh shit! That person
did as well. That's the mad part. He made it seem like she did something to him. Like it was so rude.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that drop kick was too
Edie's
much.
involved.
So, do you want to see it quickly? Shall I show you? Just for the, I
feel like we need to watch it. Yeah, and if no one's ever seen it before, you need to watch Miguel's drop kick.
There we go.
The greatest. Oh no!
He kept singing. Look at how he's singing. That woman's on the floor. She's dead.
Honestly, he puts his arm around someone.
That's not even the woman he drop kicked.
He's got CTE.
The woman with the black hair is the one that gets dropped. She goes down.
She's gone.
And then this blonde woman's like, look, she's down. She's gone down. And then the blonde was like, fuck it, I'm with Miguel now.
Can you see the guy with the hat as well? The guy with the hat and the bow tie. Oh,
look at the way he's leaped over this crowd. That is foul. That is absolutely foul.
This is like...
Anyway, I might leave that in the recording because that's kind of funny, but still. Miguel.
And the way he hits the high note.
New Year's though. We remember
he didn't miss a beat. He said,
he didn't miss the beat, just me.
This is why for me, like I'll have 2013 at 9. I can't have it at 10 because of those moments. Like they're essential.
So what goes at 10 then, Sean? You're being very secretive with your pick.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at. No, I said actually, didn't I? I said mine was 2011, but I think no one agrees with that. But
No one does.
Nah, unfortunately,
no, so-
I'll tell you the truth. 2010's got to go like at least in the top 7. 2000, it's fuck it all. 2011's got to go at least.
Let's
in the
clarify
top
what
7.
Sam did to pick his pick. We asked Sam what 3 are you picking. He picked 2010 to 2012, or like even 2013. It wasn't even 1 year you're picking.
I'm picking a little. It felt like 1 year to me. It felt like a good time. One long
It was
summer
all a
that never
blur.
ended. Yeah. No, I don't know, man.
For me though, like 2011 is an interesting year, and there's some amazing albums like The Roots Undone, Shabazz Palace's Black Up, ASAP Rocky's debut mixtape, Danny Brown 30. But I felt
That's what
like
I'm
2011 was like a lot of our favorite artists that went on to make incredible classic albums. This was like them starting out. So although it's quite nostalgic for me, and it's still a great year, I don't feel like we got the best works from a lot of these artists.
You're not going to get the best work on not everyone's Lauryn Hill in it and making a one album that's perfect and going away. But
exactly, so it can't be. I can't hold it up there with some of these other years. That's why. That's why it's
in
low
this
for me.
list are still running the game now. Drake, Tyler, Kendrick.
There's a massive amount. I feel like if you compare this to 2016 as well, because we shoved that out, but both these years have a lot of releases. But even though there's better albums in 2016, I feel like 2011 just like overall it's just higher quality throughout.
But I've heard this a couple of times. You're saying a lot of releases. Let me go through the albums that I made note of, and then just add any on, because this is what I'm struggling with as well. To me, 2011's not that stacked. So these are the albums the highlights that I had, which is The Roots Undone.
I'm going to continue the list for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll continue,
Please do, and then I'll
continue.
maybe change my mind. So we got The Roots Undone. We've got Shabazz Palace's Black Up. We've got ASAP Rocky, Live Love ASAP. Danny Brown 30. Kendrick Section 80. Big Crit, Return of Forever. And then in terms of like mainstream big albums, you got Drake, Take Care, you got Lil Wayne, The Carter 4, you got Watch the Throne. What are the other classic albums that I'm missing?
Goblin, Tyler the Creator. You're missing
Flawed.
out.
I think that album's flawed. I don't think it's that great.
But you're coming from a perspective of looking at what he's done now. That was a good album at the time, and it still holds its weight.
Especially with Yonkers as well. Yonkers was a big moment.
Finally
Yonkers
Famous Big Sean.
Amazing.
That's a big moment. Rolling Papers with Khalifa.
Big Sean and Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
red album by The Game, and
I've never ever heard either of you like big up those albums before. Big Sean and
because
Wiz Khalifa.
we've never gone this far. And Self Made by MMG, that was a serious moment.
I'm not buying it, but fair enough.
What do you mean
To
you're
me,
not
those
buying
albums.
So Sean,
not buying it.
you got. I
I'm
think
not selling it to you either.
One reason why Sam picked 2011 is because some of the singles from 2010 albums were released in this year, like All of the Lights, and there's a few other stuff like that. And it just there was a bleed through into this year for that kind of stuff.
But you know what? If it wants to go at the bottom, it wants to go at the bottom. But I am voting for 2013 to go at the bottom.
So we've all got a different 10.
I think we should just discuss the bottom 5. That's what we need to do. Because otherwise, we're going to just sit here all day like, oh, what's 10? What's 10? What's the
It's
bottom
funny
5?
though, because what everyone's mentioned, I have got in the bottom 5. You know, I've got 13 in the bottom
Is this the
5.
truth?
I've got 13 in the bottom 5. I've got 11 in the bottom 5. What did Kieran? What was your pick again?
94.
No, I ain't got
You've got
94 in the
94
bottom 5. That's wild take.
Yeah, definitely
Actually, you know what?
I'm
Let me check my list. Let me check my list. You know.
You're having wild thoughts. That's what you're having.
I think by the sounds of it, it's
No,
probably
it's not
going to
in
be
my bottom
2003. It's probably going to be 2003, Phil, because you said
2003 was low.
I've got 2003. Yeah, that's what I had. I had that at 10.
So to give it its props, though, I think the reason why I put 2003 in there, but I did admit in the WhatsApp group, I thought maybe I should have done something like 2006 or 2005. But the reason I did it is, so one, we got Speakerboxxx The Love Below, which, as we discussed recently, is one of only like 2 hip hop albums to win the Grammy for Best Album, and was just a monster album. And especially when we think about like Andre's side, The Love Below, and how influential that was. You had Retirement Jay-Z with the Black Album, you know, classic. Going over to the UK, Boy in the Corner, we all know what that did for the grime scene. Doom released 2 albums that year. Trap Music by T.I. was incredibly influential on that sound. Little Brother, The Listening, Brother Ali, Shadows on the Sun, you know, really, really good underground albums. But the one that always stands out for me is Get Rich or Die Trying. That was like a monster.
This
This
is
is
a lot
also
of movement around that album as well. I felt like it was everywhere.
Everywhere.
I have
Transcended
distinct
hip-hop.
memories of seeing 50 Cent in the white vest with the hat, with the
it's
do-rag,
iconic.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
and the G Unit album as well. Beg for Mercy.
G Unit
Oh yeah,
album was
that
massive.
G Unit
yeah.
album was fire, man. Not gonna lie.
And I still say, like, I know that when we talk about the greatest runs, what Drake's been able to do is unprecedented in terms of just the amount of years he's been at the top. And you think about like Jay-Z's album run from Reasonable Doubt to the Black Album and how relevant he was. Doom's, from an underground perspective, Doom's run between like 03, 05, Wu-Tang between the first two albums and the solo releases in between. There's some classic runs. But I don't know if anyone achieved what 50 Cent did in such a short space of time. Like from like Get Rich or Die Trying to maybe The Massacre, or even the third album when it went up against Kanye's Graduation, he was like ridiculously big. And like Sam said, just was everywhere. And this is what kicked it off. And whenever I think of 2003, I think of Get Rich or Die Trying. But there were some other great albums too, like or big albums. Sorry, you had like Chicken and Beer by Ludacris, who was huge at that time. The Neptunes album, singles like Chingy's Right There and Buster, I Know What You Want, and Pharrell Frontin'. There was some good music that year, but I do think like weighing it up against everything else. And we've got
this year. Can I say something about this year? That is a bit of a wild take, but it's the truth. Hip hop still felt a bit like not polished yet, whereas 2004 we got that polished sound.
Yeah,
from
I
the
hear
likes
that.
of Kanye
I hear
and all
that. But do you know the R&B collabs that we all love? I feel like there's at least 5 in our top 10 from pre. Do you know we did two best R&B collabs? I feel like in that first episode, at least 5 of them from this year. I think Busta Rhymes, I Know What You Want, Chingy, One Call Away.
Don't do that because you guys.
No, there's a few. There's a few. There's so many good R&B collabs this year, and I think that should boost it up. To be honest.
But then what's taking its place? I hear what you're saying because the singles they are hot singles and they're iconic from that time. And the thing is, you always remember 2003. It stands in its own
so
test of
memorable.
time. Yeah.
Okay, I got a wild take. 1995.
No, I'm not having that at all. Sorry, I'm not having that at all.
I'm not.
No way. No way. That is a dark horse, man. That is a dark horse.
I would put this year above 1994. I personally would.
Above 1994.
I mean, that's so mad. It's unbelievable.
I
don't
would.
think you know when 1994 is in everyone else's list, Kieran, because if you did, you'd be confused right now. That's a hint.
I got to stand by what I'm thinking.
So what's in the bottom 5 then? Can I say my bottom 5?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Let's go through and see what's in
no
that
particular order. Yeah, 1995, 2003, 2004, 2011, and 2013. That's the bottom 5.
The only
so you got 2011 in there as well.
Of course I do.
I can't have 95 being down in there, man.
It's 94.
Where
94,
Kieran?
man.
We're gonna mute your track.
Kieran for a little bit, please.
We're gonna actually silence you. What are you talking about? There's someone listening right now. Like, who is this Kieran guy? And where do I find him? What is he talking about?
All right, so hang on. Let's work with it like that then. Wait, let's let me get the old spreadsheet up. Hang on.
Are you gonna start doing some kind of cross analysis?
All right, top 10. So we've just said that there's 2003, 2013, 2011, 2004 are like definitely in the bottom 5. Yeah,
1995 as well.
No.
No, 95 is nowhere near there,
Let's
man.
talk about
I'm
95.
trying to
So what, if you've put something that I've got in my top 5 at the bottom 5, I'm going to question everyone's listing habits.
Wait, hang on. Let's just quickly go through 95.
Yeah.
So
should we go around what everyone's bottom 5 is, though?
Yeah,
oh shit. Yeah, sorry. I'm skipping ahead. Sorry, I'm getting a bit.
Mine is 2003. People might get annoyed, but I don't care. 2021, 2013, 2011, and is that it? No, I had to see. I don't know. I might change this. I've got 98, but I want to bump 98 up. 98's hard. No, you could shake your head. I'm saying I want
98 in a serious place.
No, you're shaking your head, Sean. I'm just saying I want to bump 98 up. So let's chill out. Because 98 is fire, man. I didn't even know why I've got it down there.
The 98 is the year where the album dropped. That's all I could say.
I might have to swap 98 with 94, you know. Because 98, I actually feel that 98 could be better than 94, 93, maybe even potentially 95. I'm not even mad at that. That's what I mean. I was struggling with these 90 albums. They were all interchangeable. To be honest, I can boost 98 up. I'm not even lying. 98 can't be down there. It's the two DMX albums on top of everything else for me. Flipping hell, DMX.
What we're agreeing is the 2000s, all of the 2000s are in this bottom 5.
Oh, 100% they are. 100% they are. That's what. Because where's everyone else got 2021 though? That's what I'm shocked that I'm not hearing 2021. That it's a good year, but I couldn't have it above my the 91, the 90s one.
Well, I'm just trying to decide where it comes from. Like,
so my bottom 5
where does it come from, the 2021 thing? Does it come from the fact we had no music for 2 years and then all this great stuff came out? Or is it because it's actually good? I don't know if I've even had enough time to sit with 2021.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Although Tyler's album is amazing. But then... Yeah.
The 4 years that keep coming up in terms of the bottom 5 are 2003, 2013, 2004 and 2011.
Yeah,
that's.
But based on the others, that's what I think that's fair. I think
it's fine, and chuck 21 in there as well, and then that's it. We're happy.
2021, jeez, what?
I don't know about that one.
I personally rated 2021 and 2013 above 1993.
Also,
do you
like if
what I do.
So yeah, I think to piggyback that one, yeah.
No,
so,
wait, stop, man. There's someone agreeing here.
It's not that wild. Just to piggyback off that, what Kieran said about 93, I don't think it's that wild, you know. I know Theo's like not happy about it, but if you think about it, we did get one of the greatest release dates of all time with Enter the Woo and Midnight Marauders on the same day. That's like forever, eternal, like you know, amazing. Yes, there's Doggy Style, there's Black Sunday. You got 93 to Infinity. There's some other great albums that I'm not mentioning, but there's about maybe like 9 or 10 classic great albums, but then after that, there's not much going on, especially compared to some of the other years in the 90s. There's not it's not as stacked, I don't think. And then if you look at like classic tracks, I mean, there's like Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day and Tupac, I Get Around, Onyx Slam, Hip Hop Array, cool like that. There's some big songs or like classic songs, but again, it's not that stacked really. If you think about 96, 98, 95, like it's not. I don't think it's on the level of those personally, but so I'm kind of with Kieran.
I mean, the albums you just mentioned. Obviously, I said 98, but I'm boosting 98 up again because every time I look at 98, that year is unbelievable. I have all those out. I have all those years above 93. It's just I didn't know if you would have 20. I don't know if I can. Well, a 21 is good. Yeah.
2021 is that there was a lot that year, a hell of a lot,
and it was high quality as well.
Like if we go through 2021, you got Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, Call Me If You Get Lost, Conflict of Interest, King's Disease 2, We're All Alone in This Together, Pray for Haiti, Vince Staples, Haram, The House Is Burning,
Magic,
LP1 by JPEG Mafia, Elephant in the Room by Mick Jenkins, The Plugs I Met Too, Tyrone, The Off Season. That's a lot. Remember that summer as well? It was like 2 albums a week almost. It was crazy. And then again, from a more sort of mainstream perspective, you had Donda and Certified Lover Boy and that whole release schedule that was going on.
That campaign from Donda as well with the live shows.
Yep. The first live show was pretty special, and then there was
all of the live shows were. You just didn't sit through them. We joined the cult.
No, you're getting we're getting the words, we're getting semantics wrong. I meant the Donda one, the first Donda. I know there were multiple. I'm talking about Donda 1.
I get you.
Yeah. Whereas Donda 2 is trash.
I don't even know what
Lil Nas X as well.
I don't know what
much my cup of tea, but again, that album made waves, and even for songs, remember like Lemon Pepper Freestyle? That beat was everywhere.
Oh yeah, Scary Hours too.
Family Ties, Gangsta Writers, Unknown T, Goodham.
That beat that Kanye made for Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow was sick as well.
Yeah, we're not even. You could even. Didn't Baby Keem drop that year as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Family Ties was huge that year. So
I'm not trying to discuss 2021 in the bottom 5. I'm trying to discuss certain other things in the bottom 5.
But no, I'm not having 95 though. That's wild. That is a wild
close
take.
to the top 5 if that helps you.
Oh, that is good. Yeah, that does.
Why
help,
is 2020? Why are we not talking about 1994? I need someone to explain.
Because 1994 doesn't come in the bottom 5.
Why?
Because we can't.
You make a good point about 94. You do make a good point. I think
Illmatic came
It's
out ready
samey.
to die.
That album,
Southern
nah, man.
It's samey.
That year is samey.
But then what about 1988 then?
no, 98 is quite varied though.
It's not very.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Sam's just coming ignorant with 88.
You are,
98 is
because
varied.
I did my research. It is very just man. It's different sounding.
98, in my opinion, has the greatest release date of all time. Like the single greatest release date. In one day, we got Black Star, Jay-Z's Volume 2, Aquemini, and Tribe's The Love Movement, all in one day. Could you imagine
Are you talking about 98 or 88?
Oh, wait, did someone say 88?
I think that's
Whoops. I thought we were talking about 98.
I mean, like you said, no, I didn't mean to run in the parade. That is the greatest. That is the greatest release date ever. Ever.
Okay, well then I'll just forget about that then. But what's the bottom then? Something in the 2000s, early 2000s then.
But this is what I'm saying. Like we've got like a nailed on bottom 4. Like we've all of us have almost kind of agreed in a different order that if I do it in chronological order, 2003, 2004, 2011, and 2013 are like the bottom 4. So I think with this episode, and I know we're like kind of not doing what we're supposed to do. I feel like we're not going to get a ranking. Like we're not going to get a nailed on ranking with this one. I think
for the bottom 5, no way.
But that's the bottom 4 in no particular order, I would say. And then Kieran seems to be pushing for 94 to be in that bottom 5.
No.
And to be fair, you know what, Kieran, and all of us, we're not really giving any like counterpoints to why it should be higher. Like, we're not like. I'm just being honest.
No, because
Sam, you don't even like Illmatic. What are you on, man?
I do. After the Nas discussion, I am now a Nas stan, and I will not see your boy Nasir go that low. It's impossible.
No, I'm starting to hear Kieran though, because 94 is starting to slip. It's starting to slip for me.
Samey.
The Warren G's album wasn't samey.
That's the only one I excluded.
Said, yeah.
I literally said that was the only one that was doing something different.
Beastie Boys, they were doing something different.
I don't think they were. I think they were still stuck in 1988.
Were they even out that year? They dropped that year.
Beastie Boys.
Their sound hadn't evolved for years.
Now listen, look, I don't want to. I think samey is harsh in that if you think you go from albums like Illmatic and Ready to Die to Outkast debut and like Tikal by Method Man, which was quite a weird album, I think, for that time. Common's Resurrection. It wasn't like nowadays where a lot of rappers literally sound the same. As rappers, as artists themselves, they all had their own flavor.
Yeah, I tried saying that. Yeah, definitely.
But I know what you mean.
Southern sounds as well.
Like, even if they have like a southern twang or like the East Coast feel to it, most of it was kind of rooted in boom bap. I get that. I do get that. I think then for just to kind of move on with the conversation, I'm willing to put 94 in there because I'm struggling. Other than like saying that Illmatic and Ready to Die are arguably the greatest 2 albums ever released, like what I can't really come up with much else.
The thing is, I'm backing that point because I've re-looked at my list and I actually have 94 at 5, so I could easily see 94 go down into the bottom 5. That's not a problem for me.
I've been saying this since 10th place. No one was trying to listen.
I can't have it 10th. I mean, that's wild.
Why are we? Because this has now turned my list upside down, is what I'm trying to say. For me, 94 is very much up there. Sorry? You see what I'm trying to say? But that's also a personal pick. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's an objective pick, but I'm willing to be swayed. But I can't. I'll tell you right now, I can't be on this podcast if we put it lower than 7. I can't.
What, 94? I'm with you, Sam. It can't go any lower. When Kieran's saying 10, that's wild. That's absolutely wild.
I just physically, it won't agree with our spirit if I put it below 7.
No, it can't go below 7.
I think it go at 7. And
I think 94 goes 6.
I'm not trying
it has to go 6.
I think
94.
I think 94 sits at 6 because again, although we're saying that there's not a great deal of variety in the sound, the quality of some of these albums is elite. Do you know what I mean? This is like some of the best albums ever released. I don't even think we've spoken about.
I think this is actually the best that Boom Bap ever got as well. To be honest, like
Gangstar, Hard to Earn,
it peaked.
Pete Rock and CL Smooth, The Main Ingredient. There's like Organized Noise. There's just so many great albums, but I think sitting at 6, it feels right in my opinion. I think, yeah, but that would be the bottom 5. So just to clarify, it would be we got 94, 2003, 2004, 2011, 2013 in no particular order. But 94 is number 6.
Yeah, order it yourself, Mr. Listener or Mrs. Listener, because we couldn't.
Yeah. Just enjoy the chaos that's going on. Okay, so we're going into the top 5. Shall we? We haven't really spoken about 1988.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
What? How could you know? No. What does that mean?
Wait, wow, you know, Sean,
people can be educated and come to new opinions. I've changed my mind.
No, but I think we've done something wrong. You know, I've looked. Do you put 2004 in that bottom 5? But 2004 was part of the 2 that was dropped off anyway.
No, the 2 that dropped. Oh, was it?
I thought 2016 drops off.
Yeah.
And 2004.
Oh,
or was it 13?
Oh, it was 2004. You're right, Theo.
Exactly. That's what I've just looked. I've just looked
at that. Figure out. I feel like we said too many.
So hang on a minute. So that would mean. Oh, this is a spanner in the works. Shit.
So what's left in then?
Oh shit. So we have.
Have you said 2016? I think we dropped 16.
We dropped 16.
Yeah, 16, and it was 2004 that we dropped. So then we've got 10 left. But we'll add in 2004 in that bottom 5 that we added.
This is why I said what we talk about 1993 for. That's why I got confused.
There 93, right. So, yeah, okay, let's talk about 93. I personally would put... So if we've got 2013, 2011, 2003 nailed on bottom 3, we're saying 94 is in the bottom 5.
Yeah.
I would say 93 is also in the bottom 5.
Agreed.
Just because it's not as stacked as most of the years we have.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a good time though.
It's a crazy thing to say because 93 is there's mind blowing albums on that year.
Yeah, like I say, like you've probably got top 3 release dates of all time with Enter the Woo and Midnight Marauders. I mean, that's crazy to have both those albums on one day.
KRS-One with his debut album as well.
One of the best hip hop songs ever as well by Ice Cube. It was a good day.
It was a good day. Yeah. Actually, some of the best singles ever are from 1993.
Yeah,
and I think that's something we're not considering.
Cypress Hill, Insane on the Membrane.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, man.
All of those Chronic ones came out this year as well.
Yeah,
as singles.
That's a good year, but unfortunately, it's not the top year for me.
It's different. I would say it's a bit. I'd say it's more varied than 94 though as well because you've got like the likes of Doggy Style. You've got Black Sunday. I'm trying to say
it's like hip hop regressed for 94.
Have you ever listened to Freestyle Fellowship's album as well?
No,
from that year. That's wild. Like when you listen back to that and you think this was 1993, it's like what they were doing the Far Side the year before with their debut album. Crazy. Especially being from California and LA and places like that as well. But I would put 93 maybe one above 94. I think that although it might not be as stacked, it's
the variety. It's that point
variety and top tier as well. So, but I think it does fall in the bottom 5. I think with what we've got.
All right, just refresh the listener on what the bottom 5 were.
Okay, so bottom 5, and this is so bottom 3, no particular order. We've got 2013, 2011, and 2003. And then at 7 and 6 to make up the top 5, we've got 1994 and 1993. Do we all agree on that?
You said top 5,
agree on
you
that.
meant bottom 5.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
And what's number 5?
I'm getting confused.
I'm going to spin it at somebody. Sure, what's number 5? Tell us.
Number 5. I think
it's got to be specific. Yeah, it's got to be 2021 because you can't tell its influence on the future.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? Like the other ones, you can see how those years were mad influential.
Yeah,
but you just don't know with 2021. It's too recent.
Yeah,
too audacious to put it higher.
Mm.
Yeah, I was going to say put 21.
Yeah, and I think also, I know we've kind of only really listed the highlights. We're at a point in music now where it's so oversaturated, and there was a lot of not so great music in that time as well. The summer was stacked as hell, but
there's not so great music in every year though. I've realized
it just doesn't stand the test of time, so you don't hear about it.
Yeah.
It's there. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely there.
Some of the hottest singles from the 90s were dead, you know, like some people just living in some weird era. I don't know. LL Cool J like whispering on the microphone and
LL Cool J is some good stuff. We already agreed on that. LL Cool J knows what he's doing. Ladies love Cool J.
I know, but what I'm saying
mixed
more
opinions
is
in this.
with these more modern years, like especially like a 2021 where you've got sometimes like 9-10 albums being released a week. Within those, only like 1 or 2 really are going to stand the test of time. That's what I'm saying. It's very oversaturated. So I think I feel comfortable with putting 2021 at number 5 on the list.
That is where I thought it should go.
That's where I have it.
We started to agree.
It can't go any higher than that for me.
A lot of lists wouldn't have 2021 in their ranking, but I feel like we were so tapped in that year. And it was that time post-COVID, so like people hadn't dropped all of that previous year. So it just really, the writing and everything just stacked up and everyone just dropped that year.
That's what I said. That's why I said I'll be biased because we were paying so much attention, or are they actually going to stand the test of time? We'll have to see when we do something like this again in the future if we still feel that 2021 belongs in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for now, I have no problem with it being in this top 10, and wherever it falls is where it falls because it's a great year for music, and anybody who's into hip hop now has loved one of those albums in that long list we've got there in the 2021 list.
There was something for everyone that year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely. So we're down to a final 4. Wow, I feel like we're being really like mature about this now, and it's all like really
immature if you want to.
It started off, it got a bit wild. It was wild for like the first 45 minutes, I think, but we're doing well now. Okay, so maybe let's just name the years, I think, before we start trying to rank. So we have, in chronological order, correct me if I'm wrong, we've got 1996. Oh no, I've missed one. 1998. Oh, 98, 95. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
No, 1988. Wow. There we go.
1988, 1995, 1996, and 1998. Does anyone have like a definite number 4?
95.
I would go 95.
This is where I have to agree with you and say that 95 goes up 4. Because I can't really argue against it.
Although I did just realize that Cypress Hill's Temples of Boom came out that year, and I really liked that album, so that upset me. But realistically, that year's just a bit mid. Nothing's really going on there.
I agree. It's 1995.
Mid.
I don't agree with what you just said, though, Sam. Because I don't agree with that. This was the year where mafioso rap started, and I feel like it's when rap started developing, trying to like bring other influences in that wasn't just like the culture. It was like, let's look at all these like gangster movies and start to pull from that. All the Scarface influence started coming in.
Yeah.
But I think it is quite clear when you see it's not stacked like the other years on this list.
But it's pretty stacked though. Like when looking at it here, like you got Only Built for Cuban Links, The Infamous by Mobb Deep, Liquid Swords. I love Liquid Swords.
Oh yeah, Liquid
Swords is fire. That's what I'm saying. 95 is a sleeper.
Wu-Tang were different.
Yeah, exactly.
And to like run off of that, you had Old Dirty Bastards album as well, Return to the 36 Chambers. So it's kind of mad what Wu-Tang were doing around these times. But yeah, Tupac, Me Against the World.
Tupac was the fact that album did so successful and like Grammys as well for him for that album.
And then you've got like Goody Mob Soul Food, which is slept on. The Far Side's second album. AZ Do or Die, sorry. That's a nice album. Big L, debut album. The Roots dropped. Smith & Wesson's album, The Shining, is crazy as well. And even the singles, like you had Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise. I mean, who doesn't like that song? Come on.
That's a big single. That's what I'm saying. It's a sleeper year. A sleeper year.
You had I Got 5 on it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Jeez. Dr. Dre, Keep Their Heads Ringing. Method Man and Redman, How High. One of your favourite songs, Theo, LL Cool J, Hey Lover with Boyz II Men.
Preach.
This year was Shimmy Shimmy Ya ODB. Come on, there's crazy singles.
But we're getting to that point where everything's a bit mad, and we're talking about single songs here as opposed to whole bodies of work. That's the real problem.
Also, Biggie One More Chance remix. I think that dropped this year as well.
Yeah, I think it did. It was on 95. Yeah.
This was actually a really good year for R&B collabs because it had Method Man, I'll Be There For You remix as well. Yeah, this is. I think we're underrating a little bit, baby.
I said to you, 95 is a sleeper. I said it.
But I think that when we with the next 3 albums coming, I think that it does just miss out.
3 years, right?
3 years. Oh my god! I'm off today. Thank you for.
What's that other 3 years again? Just remind me.
So the final 3 years that we've got are 1988, 1996, and 1998. I'm just going to say I would put 1988 at number 3.
Whoa! That's a bold statement,
Because I'll say it like this.
I wasn't expecting that.
So I'm gonna break it down like this. So on one hand, you look at it here, like the albums that I listed. So you got Boogie Down Productions, By All Means Necessary, classic. You got EPMD, Strictly Business, one of the greatest duos to ever do it. You got Big Daddy Kane, Long Live the Kane. I personally think that without someone like Big Daddy Kane, I'm not sure whether someone like a Biggie gets to the heights that they do. Jay-Z with his music,
definitely
I think
Jay-Z.
100% Jay-Z.
It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back by Public Enemy. Nothing needs to be said about it. That's crazy.
That's
album.
arguably one of the best albums ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you got NWA Straight Outta Compton. Like, what is gangster rap without that album? Ultramagnetic MCs, Sam's Man, Kool Keith, aka Dr. Octagon. Slick Rick, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick.
Moment of silence for Dr. Octagon. He's one of the most creative rappers ever, and without him, I don't think we get the weird people we have now.
Well, we've got him in 96 or 98.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
When I discovered Dr. Octagon, I was like, oh, rap can be different and weird, and I like it like that.
He's like the OG MF Doom.
Oh, he's crazy. He's the concepts he gets into. Anyway, sorry, back to what you're saying. I
I agree. I totally agree with you. But the man behind that character, Kool Keith, is, Ultramagnetic MCs. And then you got Slick Rick. I mean, what he did for storytelling and taking it to a new level.
Love, yeah.
Jungle Brothers. Without Jungle Brothers, you're not really going to get De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, the whole Native Tongues
movement.
The
Native Tongues, yeah.
Outkast, Kanye. The amount of people the lineage of that is insane. At the same time, though, I think we do have to be honest in that although the 80s was incredibly influential, the music wasn't on the same level as, for instance, the likes of 1996. Personally, I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think it's aged.
I hear everything.
I don't think it's aged as well. Sorry. Yeah.
I hear everything.
No, I hear that 100%, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking 1988. Although when I said low key it might be number 1, I didn't have it as number 1 because I can't have it as number 1 because
it's the most influential.
It is.
But it's
definitely
not the best.
No.
Yeah, I think 1987 to 89 in terms of influence is you can't really look past that period of hip hop, the golden era as they call it. But
this is what I'm saying, Sean. I saw you didn't mention Rakim again.
You haven't. Yeah, follow the leader.
Rakim was spitting at a different level. Nas wouldn't be what he was in '94 if Rakim wasn't spitting like this. Exactly. In this year specifically as well, because he had Follow the Leader and the other one.
So I did mention that. I did mention that, but I didn't mention the album. I just put the single there. But I did mention it because That album is great, and that single especially is fantastic. But even that year as well, you've got Biz Markie, Vapors, you've got Audio 2, Top Billing, It Takes Two, Rob Bass and DJ Easy. These are classics. Eazy-E.
The NWA stuff is insane as well. Let's be real, that stuff hasn't dated. That just sounds insane.
Oh yeah, a lot of this still does stand the test of time. But I think just generally as a year. I mean, how many of us are bumping music from that time period? But how many of us are still listening to a lot of the mid to late 90s stuff? So I think that's telling. But I would put 1988 at number 3.
See, I don't know if I can have that, because for me that year is pivotal for the new wave.
Sam has flipped.
He's flipped completely, man.
This is the year.
Did you say 1988 or 1998?
No,
we're saying
88.
1988. When you were like,
Oh
before,
yeah,
like,
yeah. You know, slap that in. I misheard you. I was like, what?
yeah,
That's why I got
goodness,
lost.
man.
I said, when did NWA drop in '98? I'm looking through the list. Like, what did I miss? I was so confused. I was like, I was like, what list am I in?
I think that's locked in. Then, yeah, 88 is
Yeah.
at number 3.
Well, how did we kind of feel about that one, Theo? Because I know you had that one higher.
What, 88?
Yeah.
No, it's like I was saying. Even though I was saying it low key, it could be number 1. It's so influential. But if I'm being honest to myself, I can't have it number 1 because I think there's 1 or 2 potential years better. So that's why I'm not mad at it going at number 3. I had it number 2.
Do you think I poisoned your mind a little bit because I said that and no one wanted to hear me, but now everyone's kind of come to that conclusion.
Nah, Sam, you like completely trashed Jungle Brothers and all sorts.
I don't know what the
We
Jungle
didn't need to hear
Brothers
some of the stuff you
are.
were saying. No.
What's the
no.
name
I'm
of the
telling
Jungle
you, like,
Brothers? We
you
don't
wouldn't-
know.
A lot of your
I feel like
favorite
you would
artists,
like him as well.
You wouldn't have
you would like that group.
like you would like a lot of the music that we love now. Like it wouldn't have happened without them. So
You say that, but anything that can exist, no, anything that does exist will always exist. If that makes sense, it's.
I
Gonna
do
happen
hear
eventually.
Sam's point though, because it's weird, but the 1988 albums are. It's one of those years where the critics have just looked back and been like, okay, cool, every single thing is 10 out of 10 here. But they don't seem to do that for like these other years that we've mentioned, where like clearly these underrated albums dropped.
I don't know about all you lot though, but like me personally,
critics,
so like
yeah.
like I said, and I know you've like said I've missed out a load of stuff. Like the stuff that I've listed, I've listened to. So I'm not thinking about critics. I'm thinking about what I've listened to, and all of those. How many was it? Those 8 albums. I don't care what any critic said. I don't care how well they did commercially. To me, they're like some of the most important and best albums ever in the history of the genre. So,
Okay, well,
Yeah,
by
I
that
just wanted to
standard,
throw that
the most important year in hip hop is 1986 when James Brown dropped "Funky Drummer." You see what I'm trying to say? Like that's the argument that could be had because that
but that's
song's the
dead.
most
I don't know what
sampled
you're
song in the
saying.
world.
I literally just did like a 3-minute monologue going through like all these albums and singles. Like we're not talking about like Rapper's Delight or anything like that. No disrespect, but this was like I said, 1987 to 89 is incredible, really. But
It is. But let's get to the top 2. I'm sorry
Yes.
that I misheard you. Because I was thinking, like, yeah, I'm agreeing with what he's saying. And he's like, that's why. And I heard 1998. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? I'm so confused. But yes.
and also I feel like you're winding me up as well. I can see you smiling. Like,
The listener can't see me smiling. They don't know what I'm doing. Someone's got a
yeah,
troll
okay.
on the
So
podcast.
top 2 is either 1996 or 1998.
1998 is next. I'm saying.
Yeah,
Really?
that's
You
yeah.
think so?
Thank you, because I've got 96 at 1, man.
But it's-
96
there
is
is the debate.
phenomenal.
There is
It's
the
phenomenal.
debate.
98 is a great year.
98
we
is a
have-
great
it is-
year, but
there's
with,
vibes
We
that
had
year as
5
well.
classic
But
albums come out
96,
that
man.
year. 5
was that
serious
bad boy year.
classics.
Well, look, 98, like I said earlier, to me, the greatest release date of all time. With Black Star, Jay-Z's Volume 2, Aquemini, and Tribes at that moment, the final album. We also
That
got
wasn't
Lauryn
even that
Hill.
good though. Let's be real.
Oh
That
my
final
God.
Tribe album wasn't even that.
No, but I mean, like, can you imagine the moment, though? Like, Tribe's final album, and you got Jay-Z, and you got Outkast, and you got Black Star.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like hip-hop fans back then must have been... And they didn't have Spotify or anything like that. There was no LimeWire. You had to
they
go
were
out and
queuing
buy
up
those
outside
albums.
The
the
shelves
shop.
must have been stacked.
Yeah. But then you also have like, so you got Gangstar, Moment of Truth, Big Pun, Capital Punishment. Oh, jeez, that's an album.
that's a classic.
DMX dropped 2 albums that year.
Oh,
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, the second of, well, the first of the 2 albums that won the Grammy for Best Album. Admittedly, I mean, I've only listened to this album a couple times, but Juvenile apparently back then was like massive, and 400 Degrees. I mean, I swear Kendrick like interpolated Juvenile on Damn in Element, I think. Redman, Doc's the Name, 2000. There's so many, but I do agree. I think that I think 96 can't be fucked with. 96 is ridiculous.
You know what the problem is with 98? I'll be honest. All these people have either stopped rapping or their influence was never really like became the mainstream sound, if that makes any sense. They kind of were so good at what they did that what happened with them kind of lived and died with their career, if that makes sense. I'm not talking about Lauryn Hill or people like that. I'm talking about like a few of these other people
The sound definitely was like a trend rather than being like this is going to infect hip hop forever.
Yeah.
It was this bad boy hip hop.
Yeah.
I call it.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that's fucking me up reading through is like quite a lot of them have died, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah,
like,
it is really sad. Yeah,
DMX, and
But like on the thing is, you can't put 98 above 96 when 96 has 2 Tupac albums dropping. Like his arguable best 2 albums. One of them's a double.
Do you know what? Sorry, I know I'm hogging it. I'll shut up in a minute. But basically, do you know something I found out about 96 is 96 is one of the only albums pre like, you know how especially sort of the 2010s onwards, I said it earlier, we're like oversaturated. So some weeks you'll get like 10 albums drop. There were multiple dates within 96 where you got like 2 classic albums. You don't really get that in any other year that we've spoken about. So like, can you imagine this year? So on one day, All Eyes on Me and The Score drops.
Yeah, it's just incredible, man. That's what I'm saying. 96 is just different.
And you know what that is? You know what's funny about that is you've got 2 different vibes. The Score is an amazing different type
underground
of vibe.
hip-hop
So All Eyes on Me, but like both of those coming out at the same time, you must have been kicking yourself if you picked one and not the other. Do you know what I mean? Because you probably only had enough to buy one of them. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like you literally wouldn't know what to buy.
And this is what I meant. Sorry to backtrack, but this is what I meant about 98. Imagine back then where you've only got the money to buy one album a week, or like maybe you saved up because you knew that all these albums coming out, and you could only get 2, and you've got these 4 albums sitting there, and you're like, oh shit, like what do I do? But with 96, I mean, even other release dates, you had like It Was Written, The Stakes Is High one day. You had Riding Dirty by UGK and Beats, Rhymes and Life. You had Hell on Earth by Mobb Deep and DJ Shadows Introducing. And then besides that, you've got, I mean, Tupac dropped 2 albums that year as well.
Which is mad.
You dropped The 7 Day Theory. You got Reasonable Doubt. You got 80 Aliens. You got Illadelph Half-Life by The Roots.
I can't with these albums.
Yeah, exactly.
These are my favorite albums.
Exactly.
It's insane. Iron Man by Ghostface Killer. Muddy Waters by Redman. Dr. Octagon. It's just like, yeah, 96 is number 1. Man.
It's just peaked. Like hip hop just did everything it needed to do in that year.
Buster was dropping that year. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
And a lot of people started getting into like their prime sound around then, if it makes sense. Like as in what one part of what they were doing was like perfected. Like Outkast had perfected writing. You know, Nas had perfected falling off. Now joking. The way it sounded
but like Jay-Z perfected lyricism, I would say.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of people.
Sam, you've had that written. You've had that written for a few weeks. And you just dropped that one.
No, I'm joking.
It was written.
Honestly, that was off the cuff. That's off the cuff. But seriously, think about it. The Fugees, that's the only thing we really got from them, apart from a few other bits here and there. You know what I mean? Tupac's gone. There's a lot of good lyricism that happened in 96, and it was the peak levels of lyricism.
And the music's aged well.
Oh yeah, the score's amazing.
I think it's aged very well, to be honest with you. Doesn't sound dated in the slightest.
They were using different sounds though. Like think about like 80 Aliens. The soundscape of the album is just incredible. It doesn't sound dated at all.
That is
Does
like,
80 Aliens have Wheels of Steel on it? I don't remember.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does have Wheels of Steel.
That's a serious one.
80 Aliens is one of my favorite albums ever.
Great
Elevators as well.
Elevators,
you know, Elevators was like
Elevators
top 20 single.
Of course it is.
You know that Elevators was top 20 single or something like that.
Was it in a film? Did we cover that?
It was in Atlanta.
Well, there you go.
Oh, it hits nice in that as well.
Whatever, man. Honestly, that is far too stacked. But all right, so we're all agreeing, that 96 is the top one. But I just want to know. So is that what Theo had number 1? I want to know what.
Yeah, 96 at 1. Yeah, 96 from number 1. Couldn't have anything higher than that.
Kieran?
Yeah, same. It was switching between the 3, but I think we got the order right.
Okay. And Sean, yours, that was number 1 for you?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All along, yeah.
Mine was 98, but 90. I did kind of forget about how mad 96 was. It was 96 was number 2.
I feel like we've done pretty well in the end. Like I said, we might have lost quite a few listeners through the first half hour. Just like what these guys on about. If you've made it this far, this is in kind of order. This is our top 10 greatest years in hip hop history. So our bottom 3 in no particular order is 2013, 2011, and 2003. And then in 7th and 6th place, we've got 1994 and 1993. In 5th, we have 2021. In 4th, we have 1995. In third, we have 1988. Second place is 1998. And number one is 1996. Do we have any other honourable mentions?
I was going to say 2017, I think.
Yeah, 17
That year
deserves
of
shout out.
Damn,
Yeah, definitely.
444.
Yeah.
Name a few others. I can't name them off my head.
Flower Boy.
Yeah.
Rhapsody dropped that year. 2017. Oh god, no, it is pretty stacked, but it's just
stacked year.
leaving
2019 as well, though. I always confuse those 2 years, but 2019 was such a good year as well.
I think I agree. I just think the second half of the 2010s, because I kind of alluded to it earlier, it felt like all of our favorite artists that we kind of grew up on in the first
2011
came into their own. So like 2015, you had like Pimp a Butterfly. I think Vince's debut dropped. But then another year that I really like, and it's again more for the moment, a bit like what I was talking about with 2013, is 2018, because
2018
there were quite a lot of great albums that year, but it was the whole like Drake versus Kanye and Pusha T thing, and the whole good music release, and it was just it was a bit of a wild time, man. I vividly remember when Daytona drops, and then Drake drops Duppy Freestyle, and then Pusha T drops that wild story of added on cover art, and like it was a mad time if you think about it.
Yeah, that was definitely the biggest hip hop beef I think we've lived through, and we've lived through quite a few actually.
I think the biggest hip hop beef still stands to be Drake versus Meek Mill, because that song's actually a banger.
Oh wait, that was actually
What
year was that? 2015.
I was going to say
2015 was a good
2015,
year,
or it might be 2014. I don't know when it actually was, but I was going to say my sleep year is 2015.
Yeah, 2015 is a hard year. That
year,
Pimp a
Butterfly, If You're Reading This, At Long Last, Dirty Sprite 2, Vince Staples, Earl Sweatshirt, Drake Compton.
I can't believe we didn't include this.
Meek Mill. No, but the year's not that stacked if you look at it compared to what we've got. But 2015 was a great year for music.
Yeah.
And you're right. That was a wild moment as well when the whole Meek thing happened with like the ghostwriting stuff, and then Drake drops Charged Up, and we're all like, "Is that it?" And then a couple of days later, Back to Back comes along, and
Back to Back is such a banger. I'm sorry, that is such a banger.
That song slaps
trigger Twitter fingers coded.
2015 was peak Drake though. Like Drake was rapping. He was the best rapper ever,
and he was untouchable at that point. He was literally untouchable. Yeah. The way how he like shut down Meek. Like completely, he was like no one could touch him at that point. That's why 2018 with Pusha was so savage.
Boss bitches, wife and niggas, and that was it. He was finished. He was finished.
Listen, I can't lie. I think I have Back to Back in my top 2 diss tracks. I have Back to Back and Hit 'Em Up, because do you know why? Because both of them make you want to dance as well. It's crazy how like Tupac's talking about killing people, and you're like, I just want to dance, man. And Back to Back's kind of like that as well. You hit it when it comes on in a club. It's nice, man. It's nice, but
the beat causes you panic though. That first synth drop's like, what? Oh man.
Oh man.
You don't know where to go. Honestly,
the bit for me is though when it's like you're getting bodied by a singing nigga. I'm like, what? I'm like, this guy is just.
Yeah, it's wild.
That was peak Drake. Drake peaked in 2015.
Drake was too much, man.
If we had more Drake like that, I think the game would be in a completely different place. But you know what? Drake's not doing us dirty. He's dropped some good music in the past couple years.
He tried to do it in 2021, and that was a good year. That's why we mentioned it, but it wasn't the same.
But I think I said this before. I won't do the whole the whole thing that I said back in the like when I shared this with you. I feel like that whole moment was when Drake changed though, because even though he'd always gotten stick for the whole, the whole, sort of soft, vulnerable, singing type character that he had, people would give him stick. But I feel like he was always chasing the respect of MCs. Like rappers always liked Drake. And then when Meek revealed the whole thing about the ghostwriter, from like 2016 onwards, something changed in Drake's voice. He just didn't have that same energy. Like it's like the love wasn't like he wasn't trying to. I don't know.
He wasn't trying to appease that hip hop culture that doesn't rate him anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, well, I might as well just make a load of money now and just stick to the formula. And that's why when like you hear him rapping over the last 6-7 years, there's a lack of hunger, there's a lack of energy, and it's a shame, man. But yeah, Back to Back felt like the peak. Like Drake just couldn't be touched really at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a good idea for an episode if we haven't done it already. I can't remember, but best diss tracks. No order, but just best diss tracks.
Yeah.
Best diss tracks. Another couple years that I briefly mentioned were from the 2000s, which is 2006 and 2005. 2006 especially, you had Hell Hath No Fury by the Clips, you had Fish Scale by Ghostface, Donuts by Jay Dilla, Lupe, Food and Liquor.
Wow.
Lots going on that year. And in 2005, you had Late Registration, Danger Doom, Commons B. A lot going on around those times.
It's hard. It's hard. I think, you know what? This episode has made me think we should start going through from the beginning of hip hop year by year by year and just talk about, not even like try and rank it, rate it, just be like, these are the albums that were slapping. Like for
Trust
me,
this was just disgusting.
Yeah.
It is.
because it was hard to kind of try squash it into this one episode, but like there's a lot of great hip hop.
It's a good challenge though, because it proper refreshed us and switched on those brains. I feel like when we first really got into hip hop and we were like trying to like work out those past albums, it reminded me of that again. All these albums I used to listen to.
Yeah.
We're doing 79 then? We're starting from there?
With Funky Drummer.
that was the year before, actually. But yeah, no, we got to start from Rapper's Delight. We got to start about how instrumental that was in the hip hop game. I'm only joking.
I hear that.
Just to big them up. And then the only other ones I wanted, well, a couple things I wanted to mention were, I again briefly said it. I think 87 and 89, again, part of that golden era. I think they were incredible years. And really, nearly every year in the 90s could have. I wouldn't have been mad.
We didn't even mention 1991 or 92.
Yeah, 91 is phenomenal.
Years.
So they are big years, you know. I was having another look. There's some big albums.
I'm surprised
in those
like they weren't even. Yeah, they were big years.
Yeah, the 90s is insane. But we got there in the end.
We did. We actually did.
Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.